Oh.
Nazi now. Gee.
Oh, hey, good evening, everybody. I got we open with that. What?
Wow.
Uh Welcome back to Garbline Games Thursday night. We're doing the Achtung Cthulhu Shadows of Atlantis. This is quite possibly the last session of this campaign. It could wrap up tonight. So, whoo, exciting. And then we're moving to Star Wars, but we'll talk about that later. So yeah, we'll jump into it here right away, and then we'll get started, and we'll possibly wrap this whole crazy long adventure up in an hour or so. So let's do the roundtable here. Jeff, tell us about Pavel.
Yes, I'm Pavel Volachek. I'm having trouble with his voice lately, so I'm just going to talk in my normal voice. But yeah, he is a druid. There we go. I got druid the wanderer. He is a spiritual leader. Casts many spells. He summons things, and by things I mean air that he brings out of air. And then he casts other spells as well. And he has a good friend named Gregor, who's first in his class, Marmot. Everyone knows by now. He's very excellent. But yes, from Carpathia, etc., etc. Wears very colorful scarf, beautiful mustache, etc.
That's right. That's right. Whoa, I've got Megan and Evan swapped on the overlay. Megan, tell us about Ruby.
Yeah, I play Lieutenant Ruby McKay. She hails from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. From there, yeah, the love of her life, Roger walks into the cafe where she worked, totally taken by this gentleman, followed him across the pond to England. Building fell on him. She woke up in a hospital, was inspired to become a nurse. But always touched a little differently, I suppose. And then she found herself part of this ragtag group of fantastically horrible people, where she has traveled across Europe, South America, and now to Greenland, and I dare say Atlantis, looking to see how this will all end for her. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. No indication at the top of the show at all. Aaron, tell us about Ulrich Wolf.
Right. I'm Captain Ulrich Wolf, U.S. soldier. My family always serves, always has. So when my time came, my dad made sure that I was working the embassy in Berlin. Military intelligence. I was one hell of a spy. At least that's what I thought. In fact, I was crap. Got picked up by the SS, handed off to the Black Sun, found myself in the dreamlands where Pavel tells me is a real place, mining for black steel that was supposed to be made into the sword that I got at my side that was going to kill me. But you know what? I punched the hell out of some Nazis and got away from them. Made my way back to England, where the Americans told me I was just a little bit too odd for what they were doing at that point. So Professor Deadman said, you're going to stick with Section M. They let me work with Badger's commandos, and by God, those Brits are some hard chargers, until I got saddled with a babysitting job watching a marmot and an Atlantean scholar. I thought that was a crap detail, but it turns out to be just as hard charging as Badger's commandos. Even though I think we've got a Nazi sympathizer in the group. Now we're heading on to Atlantis. Ooh-rah!
Yep. Yes, it would seem so. Jeremy, tell us about Jonathan Morris, please.
Yeah, I'm Sergeant Jonathan Morris, also a career soldier. Died once, didn't stick. There's never been anything associated with intelligence in my military history. I'm the blunt object they throw at a problem to just beat against it until it's done. There's no way we've got to sympathize. It couldn't be. Ruby's too sweet. She's the best. Couldn't be.
No, not at all. Not that she threw out a salute or anything. Just a few.
She's been under pressure. It happens.
That's right.
Just a few strikes. Just a few.
Just a few. All right, Nevin, tell us about our mythical Frenchman.
Yes, Henri is a baguette ninja from a place in this universe that we play in. Does not exist. In the real world, it does. He is maybe gonna kill McKay by the end of this due to her radical movements and shift in ideology by the time we've finished this whole campaign. Wouldn't be surprised if she's the true villain. Wouldn't shock me. But he is ready with his baguettes. I guess we're not underwater. We are underwater.
You're not
I don't know.
underwater.
We're going to Atlantis.
You're in
Again.
Atlantis. Again?
Isn't that where the lion thing was?
No, that was in a town or village or city built inside of a mountain in the same architectural style as Atlantis.
That was a poser.
The concentric circles in the layout of the city and all that, much like the city you're in right now. But so what happened last time? Last time you went to England. You were given this mission to go on in Greenland. The Nazis had a boat with all kinds of strange equipment on it. They were heading to the North Pole. The mask that you recovered was stolen right from under you. And you took on this mission. You met a Danish fellow in Greenland who took you on a little raft to the site where the dig was happening. Oh, it wasn't a dig, I'm sorry. This one was finally not a dig, but there was some sort of experiment. There's big coils and generators in this small camp. There's machine guns posted everywhere, but you guys found a way in. You teleport in on top of machine guns and knock them out and bonking them. And but eventually we're sucked through this giant swirling rainbow portal that was being formed by the coils and the generators. Every time someone died, their blood turned to this mist and was sucked over to the coils, and it kind of generated and created this portal that everyone was sucked into. Didn't someone shoot something? They shot a generator or something.
Yep.
And then you guys, the bad guys, everybody sucked through this rainbow swirling portal into this other world, another time where we find ourselves right now. We'll pick up right now. You find yourselves in the middle of a city street surrounded by fleeing, screaming people. After you were sucked through the rainbow gateway, you guys kind of land on your feet, some of you, others down on their hands and knees. There's people panicking, screaming straight at you all around you. You've just appeared in the middle of this stampeding crowd. You kind of catch out of the corner of your eye some Germans in uniform ducking around the corner, pushing their way through the crowd along with the blue-robed monk. And you're in the middle of a riot, a panic. A fever-pitch panic. You guys find yourselves in a city that's got the concentric circle layout that you once had. You feel tremors as you're sitting there trying to get your bearings. Not from this crowd, not from the rampaging, stampeding people, the Atlanteans, but something else is causing the ground to shake and tremor as you're sitting there. You can see people are screaming the dam is broken. The city will flood. This is it.
All right, I'm going to admit, mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. You find yourselves in this almost outer ring. Like I said, there's multiple rings. There's almost a moat or a lake between you and the next ring. And you find yourselves almost on a harbor. You look around, you can see behind you there's boats, these big, beautiful golden boats. They're shaped like fish and whales, and they're made of gold, but you notice there's blue veins, almost like corruption running through these boats. People are panicking, they're screaming, they're trying to get on the boats. You can see what appears to be guards are trying to keep what little duty and calmness as they can, but that's being thrown right out the window, and people are just stampeding, trying to flee this city. You feel a tremor at your feet. You can hear people speaking of the dams breaking and flooding. You look up to the center of this city that you're in, the center circle, and you can see perched up high above everything appears to be a temple, and above that temple is another floating circular rainbow portal, much like the one you came through. What do you do?
Did the Nazis run in that direction?
They just fled, blending into the crowd. You could try to track.
She wants to
them.
go where the Nazis went because
she.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that too.
I mean,
Did my friends go that? I meant, did the Nazis go in that other direction?
Gerald. Well, I mean,
show you guys a picture here. So there's a map. This basin or this harbor is number 2 on the map in the southeast corner. So you find yourselves on that ring number 4. So you see how there's like big body of water between you and the next circle, and then there's body of water, and then there's another circle, and then the very, very middle is this temple with the swirling rainbow portal at the middle of the city.
Is number 1 the dam?
Number 1 is the dam. Dam! In the northwest corner.
I really wish we knew some way to quickly traverse distances.
They're like the highest place.
If only there were a
I'm
way.
sorry. I'm feeling kind of tired today. I'm just sure. Yeah, but where do you want to go? We're going to the other portal. The only way we can get back. This seems like not our time, right? Yes.
I mean, I agree. Shiny thing brought us here. Shiny thing brings us back.
Yeah.
That is just science right there.
Right. I should be a doctor.
You should. When we get back, you will go to medical school.
Well, I mean, nobody understands the inside of a body like me.
That is true.
True.
Sergeant Morris, Pavel, the two of you are scaring the crap out of me.
Oh,
Let us move out and draw fire. Get us to
Wait.
that portal.
okay. So we're at 2, you said?
You're at 2.
Matt?
That's where, you see the boats. People are trying to get onto boats and flee as the city is beginning to
Okay.
flood. Atlantis is flooding.
Yeah. So I'll try, can we move towards the edge of the not the inner, but I would say the outer ring of the water for where 7 is?
Yeah.
And can I try to zip us across to that like ring of orange, 5?
You could. There are boats
Sad.
also. So, like, when you look into this, that inner or that first, like, it's almost like a moat. It almost seems, but like a really wide moat. There are like vendors and shops set up on boats within here. It looks like this was like commerce. It wasn't just used to kind of keep people away. People lived on the water within these circles, separating the stone circles also. So there are boats you could take over as well and not have to exert yourself to just kind of zip back and forth.
My God,
No.
my focus on watercraft can finally.
Do you really even focus on watercraft?
Seriously? Well,
But that's how sad it would be if I did.
How quickly do we want to move? I can try to leapfrog us across, or we could take one of these boats.
Well, Pavel, I don't want to see you get exhausted before the big hoodoo that may come up when we get to that gate. If it doesn't look like this place is going to flood out too fast, maybe we should just try to take the boats and get across.
Okay, that is fine.
There you go. So the section you're in now, this 4 level, it seems like this is like the lower or the lowest of the classes. Like when you look across, the houses are nicer over there in the next circle. Everything's kind of like the houses aren't as nice. They're not as built up. But running throughout the city, you can see like gold deposits and like everything's golden, but again you see these blue veins, almost like corruption, running through anything that's gold, and they're glowing as they do so.
Does that look like the blue stuff that the Nazis used for like their airships or whatever?
Mm-hmm. Have you seen that yet? That though.
No,
I mean,
I
this
think
is
that
Evan
mission
asking.
comes after.
This is Evan. Yes, Evan asking. Yes. It does. As you're sitting there at the canals and boats trying to get away, all of a sudden you hear yelling and shouting, and 2 boats crash into each other and explode in this, what was once gold, in this big, vibrant blue glow explosion. And people are screaming and trying to get away. People are jumping in the water, trying to swim as the overcrowded harbor. People are trying to get their boats out. And they're just kind of like going over people. People are swimming. They're trying to climb up into boats, screaming and fleeing. I want everybody to go ahead and make me a insight observation. We'll say sight test.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so this is a
Wow.
1 difficulty. So if you've got more than 1 success, gain some momentum here. As you're kind of like taking stock of everything and people are pushing you aside and you're figuring out where to go and you're looking for a boat to head in, a child catches your eye. Oh, probably about age 12 to 15. You swear it is a younger version of the Serling Llama who you met
He's humming that
way in the
tune.
future. Like you look at his features, and it's like uncanny.
Like,
He's
he's got the
Benjamin
little
Button.
tune, right? The little song that he hums.
That's right. He is humming his little tune. That's right.
Maybe he'll
That's why I
teleport us
got
through
the-
the water or something. Didn't he do that before?
So he's walking calmly. He seems to be clutching something under his robe or toga, and he's just walking calmly by himself, heading towards the harbor, looking to escape.
I'm just gonna saddle up next to him.
He looks over at you, and he looks at your strange clothes. They're all wearing like white togas with like gold embroidery and jewels and stuff, and he looks at you and he goes, "You're not from here."
No, I'll whistle the tune back to him. Maybe edge the shield just a little bit. No, we didn't bring the shield. We brought a different one.
His like eyes light up. How do you know? Where did you learn that?
Is he speaking English or?
That's the thing. So he is speaking. So Henri, he's speaking French to you right now. Pavel, whatever your native language is, you're hearing that being spoken to you right now.
Wow.
If you're native,
So dismissive.
if you're native, I don't know what
He
Pavel's
doesn't
native
know
language
yours, but he
is.
knows
I
my
thought you were like
mythical
nondescript Eastern European. If your native tongue is English, he's speaking English to you.
Nice.
He's
You're
doing
my-
the trick again. He's doing the trick again. Hello. How are you?
He greets you, kind of takes your hand into both of his, and good. How are you? And he's kind of like, he seems very calm, but he has you don't see any recognition on his face. He's just kind of being nice and pleasant.
Don't worry about it, kid. We're gonna meet you in a few hundred years.
Oh, you see like a look of fascination. Really? You know me?
Yeah, you're an old man though, but you're damn spry for your age. Last Atlantean alive.
What? What happens to my people?
Oh, they're all gonna die today. Probably. You're the only one who's gonna get away.
Also,
Maybe,
it's tens of thousands of years in the future you meet him.
Ah,
It's like 10,000 years. He goes, well, then
I never studied history. God damn it.
he was kind of flustered. How do I get away? Do you know? Where do I go?
I'd say just follow wherever your instincts were taking you right now, because if you made it to then, that means you made it through today. So just like, actually, everything's cool. Everything's fine, really.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
oh, here. And she'll bring out the knife that he gave her and be like, here. I'm giving this to you so you can give it to me in the future.
He
Is
holds
that
it and he kind of studies it, and it's a different design, right? Then this isn't the Atlantean design. He looks at it and goes, "Thank you." Pavel, you notice what he's clutching, and it looks like it's the copy of the Book of the Machine. It looks like he's smuggling it out of Atlantis.
And he'll just say, keep very close eye on that. Treat it well. Very important book. You'll give me that copy later, just like you gave Ruby knife. But be very careful. Be careful who that book sees, or who sees that book. Sorry.
He just seems like he's just like looking at the five of you, just fascination, processing everything. Again, he's a child, but Atlanteans live forever, so you don't know how old he actually is. He may look like he's 12 to 15, but he could be hundreds of years old. And he's just like nods, and then like as you're talking, then people are shoving, and they kind of push him, and kind of gets nudged, and that kind of draws his attention back. I've got to go. I've got to get out of here.
Oh, for sure. We need to get to the rainbow swirling vortex above the temple. How do we get there?
You'll have to make your way in, but the dam is broken, and something is causing these terrible tremors. There's an earthquake or something coming, and the Pol March's soldiers are here. They're trying to break their way in and get the Paladian there in the temple at where you see that strange glowing light as well.
Oh,
Well, all right, Pavel. Looks like we may need to get there faster than we were originally guessing.
Okay, no problem. All right, kid, you have a good one. And then he'll he'll collect everyone. Look at Henry, waiting for consent from Henry. Or Henri, sorry. Totally forgot.
I mean, come on, Henry's the real name. We humor him, but we all know the real
We
name's
do.
Henry.
Why
He'll
is
look
it
at
an eye?
you, squint his eyes, hold out his baguette.
Okay.
I'm not
I'll
hungry.
All right. So I will try to get as close as you'll allow. So it is technically long range. So
this is real. So you got the little. I don't know if you have still have the map open, but you've got the skill there at the top, the key, and it's pretty long. It's pretty long, isn't it?
Would 2 jumps do it?
Yes. 2 jumps could do it. There are bridges across, but you do see that like gates have been closed. There are guards at some of the gates. You can see guards are also fighting what appears to be other soldiers. So you can only assume that the Atlantean guards are these ones wearing white togas and they've got like gold armor on. And again, you can see this corruption, these veins of blue running through their gold armor. They're carrying spears and they're fighting back these other soldiers who are wearing this armor with a blue sheen to it. And they're carrying swords and what almost looks like firearms, like rifles, but you've never seen a design like this before. And you see them level these guns and fire, and these blue muzzle flash goes off, and you're seeing soldiers, Atlantean soldiers, drop as they're trying to defend the city and hold off whoever these are. You can only assume it is these pole marches soldiers that Serling Lama had led on about invading the city, trying to get to the Paladin.
Right. Well, if we want to beat them there, I think there's only one way. That is a hop, skip, and a jump. And so, yeah, he'll try to do it. It's fine. I'll give it a go.
Momentum too, you can spend.
We got
Yeah,
plenty
that's what I
of
was
momentum.
thinking. Because we have so much.
Yeah, you guys
Right.
just topped up your momentum with that one roll to see the Serling Lama as a little boy fleeing Atlantis with the book. He did say he'd meet you again.
True.
I will burn.
But
And
he
can
would
we
not recognize you.
Like the temple, like what is our view of it? We just see like it in the distance.
You can see in the distance. It's almost like on a built atop like a ziggurat. So like there's steps around it leading up to it, and it's a walled temple. It's pretty far away. It appears there are gates and steps, and you can see like people flooding these steps trying to get inside, and this big giant rainbow portal is also rolling, and it's much bigger than the one in Atlantis that you opened up.
All right, so Pavel's going to get everyone to huddle around him. He's going to reach down to the whatever the ground is, cobblestone, whatever it might be. Just kind of feel around for anything underneath, any sort of subsurface like root or plant or growth, and just wait for us to just sort of slip into it. His face goes just hideous once more. All of you, even though you're used to it, you do in fact get 2 points of mental stress from seeing how strained this becomes. And then first jump is complete, as I got 6 successes.
Nice.
So I only needed
6.
2.
Whoa!
Casual 6.
I think I just teleport us back to Greenland.
So you just like
right? And I just
go halfway, land on a boat, mercantile boat, and then poof, go the rest of the way. We'll say.
And then I'll do the second. Let me do the second roll then.
Are you going to the next ring? You're just going. You're just bypass.
Yeah,
you're using the magic flute to go right to the boss.
To get there as fast as possible.
We are.
I can do it.
Wow, we're going to be done early tonight.
All right, here we go.
Wow,
6 more successes. So
wow, shit.
I mean, I feel like Pavel's he's an Atlantean scholar. He's freaking in Atlantis right now. He's probably pretty amped up right now. He's got a little adrenaline going through him. Let me see. Okay, so you guys are gonna have a total of 4 mental stress from that.
4? Whoa!
So if you have, you can, depending on what you have, like if you have Courage or something like that.
I know, I only have 2.
Oh,
it's
he's
2 each
freaking
time.
out.
So
2 each time.
You're fine. You're fine.
It's 4 total. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
4 total.
I see.
All right. So we do like a really quick one, and then we do a second one, and when we get to wherever it is that Matt's gonna set us up as close, like Pavel's just going to collapse for a moment because 2 rapid jumps in a row is probably exhausting for him.
You're on the 3 ring, the inner circle.
So I wanted to do 2 jumps and get as close to the that temple with the weird portals where the Polmark are actually attacking, like where the Paladin are stored, as close to that as possible.
Okay. Wow. That's what happens when you have a teleporter with good rolls, huh?
Yep.
12 successes on 2 rolls.
I know. I can't rob you of that. That's really good.
That's a thing of beauty.
You rolled it. I can't rob you that. I can't deny you. We're gonna say you're gonna get. So it is actually a very, very steep hill from the base all the way up to this actual temple that's found at the summit. So it is a steep sided, and it's just been like stairs have been carved into it leading up to this temple. And there's stairs once you're there, and a gate, and you can see all kinds of fighting. So we'll say that you're kind of like near the base of this summit, and you're gonna have to climb.
Ooh,
Just
like actual
bypassing-
climb or
Bypassing every random encounter along the way.
Oh, climbing. I love climbing.
you want to
You're
have
welcome,
a
Matt.
competition?
So
I mean-
Ulrich will grab a hold of Pavel and lever him up and get his shoulder under his arm and help get him back on his feet and start moving him up.
And you'll see like he hasn't fully kind of gotten his the flush of his skin back, so he's still kind of like that kind of paper thin. You see little sprouts are still there, and he hasn't kind of completely recovered, and he is quite fatigued. So he'll take his time.
Hey, Greg, for just a second, why don't you sit on my shoulder? Give Pavel a breather. At least during the climb.
So
And then he climbs up on top of John.
Papa John. So you definitely would have gotten in front of the Knocked Wolf by using this method. So you're very confident that if they're heading here, I freaking eyelash in my mouth. If they're heading here, you have the advantage. You've beaten them to, but you also know there's these polemark soldiers that are attacking the city. Obviously tied to this corruption. As you're closer, like to this inner circle and the actual like temple itself, the blue corruption emanating off of once was gold is just like blinding here. It was, it's gotten worse and worse as you've gotten to the middle of the city. This corruption. So like anything that was once gold is now just glowing in blue. You can see here around the steps there are people dressed like Atlanteans. You assume they're Atlanteans, but they're laying there on the bodies of the dead, and they're like eating them, consuming the bodies of the dead. They don't seem to pay attention to you as you just kind of bamf into the area, but there is some kind of weird cannibal Atlanteans milling about. You kind of look around, you see them kind of like everywhere. Like you look into that inner circle is like the rich, like where the wealthy and the aristocrats and stuff would live, the number 3 on that map. And you can see even in that area, you can see like soldiers fighting these like bloodthirsty Atlanteans. Their eyes are glowing blue and they're running at them in a rage. They almost seem mindless. And there is a group of them near you. You can choose to ignore them. We can start trudging up these steps to get up there. We can make an agility athletics roll, please. Climbing.
Agility athletics.
So can Pavel, seeing that and then seeing where we still have to go, can he try to roll his will resistance to try to reduce some of this fatigue? Like seeing this to just sort of will himself further.
Sure.
Okay. This is something
You guys are stacked for momentum
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah,
this is
that's why I was
difficulty
gonna do
1.
it.
This is just basically you guys keeping your pace going. I'm just gaining threat, I guess, at this point. And all these critical fails you're rolling. All right, so you guys start climbing, and as you're climbing, there seems to be like almost like perches or like rest areas along the way that have been carved out. There's like benches, and as you're kind of whoever's in the lead, we'll say probably Jonathan's probably the one up front, or Wolf. You start to like bring yourself up, and just as your eyes start to go above the crest of this like little rest area, you can see a group of 6 of these soldiers that are wearing the blue sheen armor. They're sitting there, they're kind of like watching, they're watching down and below, but they haven't really noticed you because it's such a sheer, steep cliff. They're not really, can't see the people climbing up, but they're looking down, and they've got these bizarre rifles aimed, and they're looking down below, and you can also see, so there's 6 what appear to be warriors, and 1 that is wearing armor, but he also seems to be wearing robes over his armor, and he's not carrying a rifle. He's got a sword at his side, but he appears to be a commander or something else. So 7 in total. And I'll say with your rolls that you see them before they see you.
Do we hear what they're saying, or more to the point, does Pavel hear what they're saying and can tell us? Are they speaking Atlantean?
Yeah, they're talking about these beasts, these savage beasts that are consuming their own, and how they've been taken by the corruption. Like, they're watching this carnage down below, and they're kind of like taking it in. They don't know what to think of it. You know that it's tied to them, but they seem to not know like what caused it or what brought it on.
In between big gulps of air, trying to get his wind back, he'll translate as accurate as he can.
Sure.
Well, Pavel, do you want to try to parlay with these people in that crazy tongue you speak, or should we just take him to task?
They do not seem to be they seem as confused. I could speak if you'd like.
Well, I hate to kill anybody who's not a Nazi if I don't have to, but why don't we space ourselves out a little bit in case we have to charge at this ambush, and then Pavel, give him a little bit of your polyvu, that made up language.
Okay, so once we sort of
So you kind of poke your head up?
Yeah.
All right. You poke your head up, and they all like aim their rifles at you.
I'll put my hands up, even though I am hoping that was the universal sign for this 10,000 years
Surrender.
ago. But, like, nicht
Fireball!
Oh wait, wrong. That's wrong. And I'll just in their tongue. Stop! Do not shoot. We mean no harm. We mean no harm.
Turn around. Go for the boats like the others. Otherwise, we'll shoot.
And I will translate to Wolf, who I'm presuming is still beside me. Like, what should I say? What?
Tell them that we're sacred warriors come to protect the Paladine.
Exactly. We'll point at the other people. We're here to
Right.
protect it as well.
So
That's great.
These guys are wearing the blue sheen armor, just so you're aware.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figure they're the
Right.
Blue Monk descendants, or maybe,
So he looks up and he's like, "You're trying to get me killed, right? That's what's happening here." Okay, no problem. We are sacred warriors here to protect the Paladine. Please let us pass. Okay.
Now
Alright.
duck down quick.
Yeah, one of them is gonna shoot at you. They're here for the Paladine. It's ours. All right, let's take a shot at you with an Atlantean silver
Jonathan, you better
gun.
be close.
It's rude and
Yeah.
churlish, but
Range on these things is close, which is not too shabby in this situation. Oh, I'm gonna give you some momentum, but I'm gonna hit you
Okay.
No
Okay.
reaction.
for 6 damage and piercing
Oof.
2 vicious.
oh,
That's 9 damage.
9 damage. This is
6
gun
armor
shoots, and again,
piercing.
this blue muzzle flash and this like blue glow kind of shoots out from the gun in your direction and hits you.
I'll use my reaction, take the hit for him.
All right,
Still, that actually does some damage.
so you
That would nearly kill Pavel. So
all
glad
of the
you
enemy
did that.
soldiers carry these guns that you're now facing and going into the
Okay, that's
finale.
good.
Captain
I like
Wolf
that.
looks over at Jonathan, goes, "We need those guns."
I agree. We need them not to have them.
So I guess we're gonna enter initiative here.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so it's over to you guys.
You want me to charge in and
6
knock
of them
people
with
down?
guns, and then there's the one robed armored one.
Well, they're only aware of Pavel at the moment, though.
Yeah,
right?
Pavel kind of poked his head up. He's like,
Okay.
we're here to
Yeah, well,
protect
I mean,
the Paladine. It's-
If
Let
I
me,
did the guardian thing, I'm sure
right,
they're aware of
probably know
me.
Jonathan.
Let me
Right.
let me
Oh,
pop
yeah.
What's
a,
the range?
let me pop a pineapple grenade on top.
Oh
of
yeah,
that.
well they're still clustered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of spread out. We'll say a combination of close and medium.
So I will throw a pineapple grenade up
Yeah.
there
Nice.
at the largest cluster where I could get
Sure, I'm-
most of them in the close area.
Let me roll here. See how many will be clustered together. So the largest cluster is 4 of the 7.
Pretty good.
All right.
Pretty good.
Okay, so I will throw this. I'm going to go ahead and use 3 points of momentum, if that's okay, to get
Please do.
2 extra dice.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys roll, you generate momentum like it's going out of style.
This is not my but throwing grenades is not my strong suit. So
Oh,
but I did get
what?
4
What?
successes.
Not my strong
So-
suit, but
I will use those extra 3 successes to add damage onto this.
damage. All right, roll your damage. 6. Area
Uh,
stun.
Yeah,
Could
there's
use
only
fortune.
3 effects, so I'm going to use
Fortune.
a point of
Yeah.
fortune and re-roll these dice. Is it 3 or is it all the dice? I'm trying to remember.
You
It's
get to
many
choose,
total,
don't you?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Yep,
you use
reroll.
fortune,
Okay.
you can re-roll whichever you want.
Yeah.
All right. So there we go.
Oh God.
So all 5 of them, since it's an area effect, all 5 of them take 13 damage, and if any of them are still alive,
they're dead.
if okay, so
They're
5
dead.
of them.
They're dead. All right.
That's what you get for shooting at my friends.
Okay. Did you guys want to keep the initiative? I'll roll here. Let's see if the
There's
Probably
just
not.
like
the robed one's left and one regular soldier.
Right. Right.
How many total? And are these
2.
the ones at medium range?
I
Yes.
almost propose like keep
Okay.
it, take out the other range guy. The one guy seems to be a melee dude, and please let that happen.
I could
Or-
cast my ensnare. That means that they can't. So I can do that because they're at medium range. So it would be ideal.
You're so
That-
smart.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Okay. So we'll spend the momentum. It's 2, right? To keep initiative.
It is 2. Yeah,
Okay.
you're correct.
All right. So then I will spend the last one to get an extra die. Roll. Let's see. Horn of Neat. So that's 4 successes, which means I generate 3 momentum. I'm going to tap into my weird ability, which will probably only affect Jonathan and Wolf, I would think. I'm not sure. I think we were kind of spreading out, so I don't think Henri or Review would get it. And then I will burn another momentum. I'll leave a couple up there, though, to get extra power. So then I'm essentially rolling. All right, so I'm just going to do 9. Ugh, I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to spend a fortune point to re-roll everything that's not an effect.
Nice.
Atlantis is filled with these soldiers.
Okay.
Think of all the rifles
All right.
that you've passed up.
So
So-
sad. But
Roots and vines begin to sprout up, grab them, wrap around their arms.
Mm-hmm.
So each target, basically for each target is lower than the number of effects rolled is ensnared. So if anybody has fewer than 4 athletics, they are ensnared.
Yes, they both do. So they are
Okay, so
ensnared,
they are-
screaming, drops rifle and whatever else.
So they can't take any physical actions other than trying to break free. And then there's a couple different rolls they could take when the time comes. And then let me roll my cost. Okay, perfect. And that didn't take that much out of me, so I'm all right.
We
All
can
right,
let
that's my
them go
turn.
because they have to break free right as their action.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So they're struggling. I guess it's over to me, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Every day I'm struggling. What is it to break free? Agility, brawn?
Either agility athletics or brawn athletics.
Okay.
Difficulty 4.
Okay. Oh, I can't even pass unless I spend dice here.
They could get
You got
crits.
one.
you got
got
one
one of
for
them.
you.
Oh, yeah, I did. Shit.
Yeah, one of them got out.
All right. So we'll say the regular soldier got out.
Nice.
And that's his turn. And the other one doesn't break free. And that's his turn. Over to you.
Henri, Sergeant Morris, Lieutenant McKay.
Sure. Henri can do a classic reach over the edge, kind of peer, pull out a baguette. He can throw to medium range because he has Hail Mary. So he can throw a baguette pretty far. I'm gonna spend the 2 momentum to make it assassination. So it gains the intense.
Okay. A baguette is going to go through someone's head.
Wouldn't be the first time. All
You're
right.
built for this.
Yes. Like an extra dice for don't like it up. Agility. Oh my god, only one?
Bloody baguette.
Bloody baguette. Look at that. Target number 17. 16, 19, 19. Okay, so it still hits him. We just don't get any extra momentum. And get some extra dice.
The French assassin.
Ooh. I will re-roll.
Gross.
I know. That's better.
7 damage, 2 pierce.
And then as intense.
Oh, so because of a wound, it's
double
2.
Injury, yeah.
All right,
you pierce 4.
You kill him, so you throw the baguette right through his head. Is this the entangled one or the unentangled one?
Yeah, I was going for the officer.
Sure. So he's sitting there, he's struggling, all of a sudden, like, his head slumps back and then goes forward as there's a baguette coming out of both ends of his forehead. Gross.
Wee wee! You just hear echoing down the.
All right, Ruby, I think you're left, and Ulrich, right? No, you threw the grenade,
Ulrich,
so just Ruby.
And
Jonathan.
And me.
Oh,
But,
and Jonathan,
ladies
sorry.
first. Ladies first. Obviously, Ruby, please.
So it's just gosh, all I can do is shoot at him with my ridiculous gun.
Your potato silenced gun.
Oh,
You're gonna do great. You got
I know.
this.
I know. I got this. So I'm going to.
You just wait a second.
But I'm gonna aim. So that gives me. I'm gonna take a moment to aim. So that allows me to. That gives me another dice, correct? Doesn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get extra dice.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Wow.
No.
I think aim allows you to re-roll 1 die, but if you have the talent sharpshooter, it gives you your first extra die is free.
I do not have sharpshooter.
You got it with your 2 dice. We'll just
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
your 7 and your 2.
Oh, gosh. Okay, and then damage it is. Which like,
Wait,
oh, I did it with the wrong one. Shit. Never mind. There we go. That's much
It's
better.
vicious?
Oh, it's
You're
6 points of
6
damage.
damage.
Yeah.
Your silent pistol's vicious?
Yeah, she doesn't understand how broken it is. I had a higher restriction level with the first round of Henri, so I got the best pistol in the game, and then I gave it to her. She never gave it back, and I switched my build. So she had like a restriction rating 3 pistol that's like godlike.
She's been using the thumb knife all campaign.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's the thing. Like I have like you guys are amazing at killing people, so I really haven't had to.
Oh, I love it.
Haven't had to.
I love
Haven't wanted to. Pulling your punches, maybe. I don't know.
6 damage total, huh?
Don't want to hurt the bad guy.
All right, so you it kind of like grazes off his armor, but the bullet still manages to do some damage to him, but it does not kill him. Oh!
Sergeant Morris, finish him off. I've wounded him. First blood.
Of course, yeah. Yeah. Great shot. Wonderful.
Momentum is not an issue tonight. Is it ever?
Of course, if we're going hand-to-hand combat, the guy could try to resist it.
That's true.
He
Do
is.
you want
He
to try to
is
resist
free.
that? Do you want to try to
I
resist
just-
that?
I have flashbacks from Forest of Fear.
Oh,
I don't even
man.
know the character anymore.
That was
It's
such a
just trying
fun
to
character
be.
to combo.
Oh,
with.
God,
It
he
was
was
great.
All right,
He
it's a
was
fighting
good.
roll to resist. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, agility fighting.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So what I got? That's
No,
2
he
extra
leans
momentum.
into it.
All right. Now let's go ahead and put our momentum up to 3. I won't spend momentum on damage.
Oh wow.
We'll leave it with 9 damage.
Oh, okay. I thought it was your fist. I thought you were punching with your vicious fists.
No, I stab him right where she shot him.
Sure. So yeah, right in the same spot, and he screams out and reaches for it and then he just passes out from the pain and continues to bleed out on the stone below him. You guys pull yourselves up and you get a good look. There's like a little bit of a explosion mark, a little bit of a crater left by this grenade, and there's just blood and guts everywhere. You're free to help yourselves to an Atlantean silver gun if you'd like.
Yep.
have,
It should
like,
be
a-
in the items, and you should be able just to drag and drop it over on your character sheets. Atlantean
s-
silver gun.
silver baguette on them, maybe? No baguettes in Atlantia.
No
And
baguettes.
Atlanta.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna check out the officer's sword. Maybe that arm, because the armor looks cool.
The armor does look cool. We'll say you can salvage together maybe 2 full sets of armor after that grenade. So the guns, you find pouches of ammunition on them, and then you seem to use these ground down blue crystals as ammunition in the guns. The armor is like a composite armor. There's a breastplate plus arm bracers and leg greaves that make up the complete suit. It is made from a blue crystal bronze alloy. It gives +2 armor, though it will give you the heavy and uncomfortable qualities for putting it on. And you notice when you hit it, like with your shield or your bullets or anything, whenever it's hit, it let off a bright blue flash of light whenever it took any kind of blow. The armor also gives you +1 cover and +1 morale against stress caused by hostile magic attacks.
It's not bad.
I've been wearing the same basic armor the whole campaign, so
So I don't have that
Same.
programmed in there, but you can +2 armor, heavy uncomfortable qualities, and +1 cover, +1 morale. Just boost your armor up by 2 if you want to add that on there.
It's all yours, Henri. Ruby,
You have
armor up.
2 sets if you want.
Well,
Or Pavel.
or Pavel, yeah, maybe.
No. It's too heavy for me. I need freedom of movement to be able to cast spells.
So that's the thing. Heavy means it increases the difficulty by 1.
Yep.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, Wolf is not having anything to do with that. His flak vest
Yeah.
is good enough.
Yeah, same. I'm happy with Flak Vest.
I am very happy with my armor, Jonathan Morris.
That means
Yeah,
so much to
right?
me.
Right? Just about. All right, so you guys, do you all take a gun from them? Everybody's taking a gun?
Wolf does. Wolf takes it.
No,
If
Henri
nothing
will
else-
not be so barbaric.
There's enough for all of us.
There's enough for all of you. It's piercing 2,
You
close
wanna take
quarters,
one? Hell
base
yeah.
damage 5.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
If nothing else, we bring it back to the future
Mm-hmm.
for the war effort. you
Yes,
know.
it's some Atlantean guns for them to research.
Yeah, so we grab up all the ammo we can grab.
Sure.
Right. So clearly these are hostiles. We'll just kill them on sight from now on.
Of course. I'm so glad that there's never any chance for repercussions for like random violence and time travel.
Yeah, right?
Well-
What if you just stabbed the Serling Llama in the throat?
Well, according to that Serling Llama fella, they're all gonna die anyway, so we're just helping them along. Maybe we were already here killing them before anyway.
Right, totally. That's exactly. We've already been here because how else would he have gotten the knife? See?
No.
A different way? Like, I don't know.
You guys
Time travel gives me headaches, so I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys continue to climb your way up. As you're getting closer and closer, you can see that there's a low stone wall surrounding this like temple or building or whatever's up there. You're getting closer and closer to this swirling rainbow portal, and you're seeing just how big this is compared to the other one. The ground begins to tremble and shake even with more ferocity than it did when you were here. And you can hear somewhere in the distance this scream, this loud like from some unforeseen being let out with the last great tremor that just happened.
Near us or like by the dam?
In the distance, you can't see
Okay.
anything, but you hear a very loud booming, like screeching sound with the last tremor that went off.
Dig site on the horizon.
Well, there are
Season
Noctwolf
takes
afoot. As you guys are climbing up, you look up in the sky and you see this airship, a floating airship. It's shaped like an eagle and it's all gold. And you see it flying towards the summit. And as it's flying, you look and you squint and you see Nazi uniforms aboard.
And Ruby salutes.
And,
So,
Ruby
like,
goose steps her way up to the top.
it's close enough for us to see it.
It is long range, if not more, but you can see it. You can see it.
I can throw a baguette pretty far.
I mean, I could get us up there if we want.
Pavel, we got Nazis to kill. We know what our mission is. Get us up there.
Okay. Can I try to teleport us up there?
Yes, you can. It's gonna be difficult,
Sure.
but you can try to teleport onto this Atlantean airship. So this was another way up. You guys could have encountered airships along the way, but we bypassed all of that. But not the Nazis.
Zipping all over the place. I'm just night crawling this whole last level. Okay. Same thing as before. I'm going to use that momentum to get some extra dice. See if I can reload us. And 4 successes, which means we'll get 2 momentum back. And then let me check to see.
Look at these rolls. I'm watching the chat say like I need bigger dice pools and stuff, but look at these rolls these guys are doing.
Same thing as before, 2 effects. So which would be 2 mental stress unless you have courage to block it off. But then he'll arrive once more, and he will I'll teleport us all the way up.
Wow.
Everyone grab hold of me. Go ahead, even you, Gregor. Come on. And
all
up
right,
we go.
You teleport on board. All of a sudden, you appear up there, and you're surrounded by Noctwolf soldiers. And they're shocked, and you're shocked, and the Noctwolf troopers everywhere as they're trying to make their way to this swirling portal to the center.
Is that when the record drop happens and
everything
kicks in?
Record drop. How did I get here?
I bet you're wondering how I got
here. Right, exactly. All right. What do you want to do? There's like easily 20 Noctwolf on here, but what do you want to do? You're in the middle of it.
That's this hacking and slashing and
flying golden eagle airship.
So naturally, we would have been prepared for this, Matt. We would have been like, "Yep, we're gonna make sure that we have all our guns and stuff out, so that when we landed, we were ready to fire away."
Fact.
Right? Yeah.
Sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
Or for you to step in line with them.
No, there's still too many. I have to wait till there's less.
Okay. So it's over to you guys. They're shocked. You're shocked. They're pointing guns at you. You're pointing guns at them. This airship continues to fly. It is making much better time than you are. You were climbing. So this thing is closing in on the temple and or the portal.
Ulrich moves in with the howling black blade and slices at the closest Noctwolf soldier with it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Now, since I moved in, they don't like it, up them. So I get my first bonus D20 for free. So I'm going to spend 1 momentum to make that 4 dice because I think we need to get some momentum back.
Very smart of you to bypass the hard enemies that are in here and go for the easy Noctwolf.
3 successes. Is he going to try to resist that?
Yeah.
Well, is he surprised? He surprised?
He's not surprised.
That's too bad. Okay.
He does not resist.
Still get 2 momentum out of that. I'm going to spend those 2 momentum to hit a second target. So both him and the guy standing next to him are going to.
There's so many of them packed on this airship. Yeah, you could easily hit the guy next to him. Okay. 5 damage to each.
5 damage. Now it's vicious, so that's 9 damage.
9 damage?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's 5 damage. It's Bane, Parrying, and Hungry.
Okay. So 5 damage to each. They do have armor, so they are both still alive, but look very hurt.
Well, that's just rude of them, but okay.
How rude.
Okay. Do you guys want to keep the momentum or no?
I don't think we can.
We don't have any.
Oh,
you could give him doom
threat.
Yeah, or threat. Sorry,
you could give me threat and do it once for this round. Keep initiative. If not, I've got a whole lot of Noctwolf that are going to shoot you, which means we're just going to condense a bunch of rolling here because I'm not rolling 20 times because that's ridiculous.
I mean, I have a terrible idea.
I like terrible ideas.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it.
There granted, like it would be a terrible thing to ruin this airship, but we could probably like ride the wreckage down, right? If something terrible
Absolutely.
happened.
I'll just teleport us
Absolutely.
off. It'll be fine.
Exactly. And they're all tightly clustered.
Yes.
I'm just saying, we have a playbook that we've used before. And I know we're pushing you.
This is on brand.
It's on brand, Pavel. Pavel, you're
I
our
didn't
only
want to
hope.
step in and do it because, like, the spell casting sometimes, I wanted,
No, it's
everybody else.
honestly like when you shine, we all shine. You have no idea how happy it makes me to watch the blood fly. And honestly, I kind of hope you do wreck the ship while you're doing it.
I mean, I could drop a whirlwind if you like, or we can keep going. It's up to you guys.
I vote whirlwind.
I vote
Okay.
whirlwind.
On
also.
the ship that you're standing on?
Okay.
Does that,
All right.
because you get to control it. So you summon it this round and then you get to control it.
Right. So it'll
Yeah,
get
yeah.
a turn, and when its turn comes up, it'll do damage.
Yeah.
Basically, is what it'll do. All right. I will summon. Pavel's very tired. Pavel will cast. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 1 momentum and a threat to keep the initiative. I'm gonna give you some more threat so that I can
I will take all
It's
of
a-
the threat.
extra dice. Yeah. Take, what is it, 3 more, I guess. And let me go ahead and roll. That's 5 successes, which is 3 momentum for us.
Oh, wow. My puny
When I play
knockwolf.
2d20 games is I only roll stuff I'm good at, and I try to get as many dice as possible when I roll. That's how I play.
You have gamed the game.
That's how I do it. As Aaron,
Zamira's-
I only roll stealth.
Zamira's
I
awesome,
only
yeah.
roll stealth. That's it. Stealth and thievery. That's it. Okay, so I'm gonna summon it. Then I'm going to because I'm a summoner, I basically have the ability to kind of keep it somewhat controlled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, but yeah, I don't actually have to spend the rest of momentum until it's technically its turn. So it's gonna, it shows up.
Yep. It manifests.
And so basically I want to put it like right in the middle of the biggest group, so that it's going to just wreck
Sure.
anyone in it and anyone close range to it. So there you go. The power of the queen. And I'll probably vomit a little bit as I'm doing this. This is very tiring.
The largest, so I said there's 20 of them.
Oh,
The largest
sweet.
group I just rolled randomly would be 11.
Nice.
I'm gonna
Just
put it
enough.
right dead center in the middle of them, so it'll hit. It'll hopefully hit all of them. But it's your turn.
It is my turn. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
go right ahead.
you guys can't keep
Damage
the
doesn't
initiative.
happen yet. Damage doesn't happen yet.
Oh, I'm just gonna conglomerate a bunch of the rolls here. Again, I'm gonna do an attack against each of you, but I'm gonna spend some threat, just kind of like make it a mob attacking you sort of thing, instead of rolling 20 times and lose my mind. So we'll go in the order of the overlay there. We'll start with Pavel. He's gonna be a little bit boosted.
I'm gonna hide in Jonathan's back pocket. Just gonna hop inside. No cut.
It's a hit. Roll some damage here. I've got a lot of threat I'm sitting on, so I'm gonna be spending
Mhm,
threat here because this is like the end game.
That's fair.
8 damage, 2 stun. Pavel, does that do anything to you?
Oh, it would. It certainly would.
The stun won't affect you.
Uh,
That's your resistance is higher, right?
I'll use my reaction.
Or
Okay,
resilience.
good. Otherwise, I would have
Yeah.
gone down.
Yeah, no.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'll use Guardian to take the hit.
a group of 5 of them just
Actually, no, I
unleash their MP40s on him, and you just push them aside and take the hits.
It pushes me back a little bit. It almost hurts me.
Next up, we're gonna do Ruby. It's a hit. Close quarters.
Wait. So
I'm waiting. Oh, ignore that.
so,
I'm waiting. Click the roll button.
while Ruby was in England, she took some defensive classes and is now quite defensive. So
Go on.
You need you need 2 to hit me.
2 to hit you, so the whole group miss you.
I was just like,
So
whoa,
that can be-
whoa.
All right, Ulrich Wolf. I hit you,
Isn't
but I'm
that
giving you 2
convenient?
momentum back.
Actually, I'm also defensive against ranged attacks, so you missed me.
Oh no.
All right.
He does
Well,
the same thing.
let's move to Jonathan.
I'm not defensive.
And so I hit you. I finally hit
Yep.
somebody. Let's spend some dice here. Let's spend some threat. Oh my god. 6 damage, 2 stun. Nothing,
Oh,
right?
No, don't stop.
All right, Henri, you're getting the brunt of it. 1 hit. Are you defensive?
No, Henri will drop to the ground and eat a baguette.
Hit the dirt. You
Hit
missed.
the dirt. So you drop to the ground as 5 guys reel around with their MP40s and open fire. You, I don't know, hide behind a chest or something on this airship. All right, whose turn is it? A whirlwind?
I think the whirlwind, if that's okay
Yeah.
with everybody.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
whirlwind
yeah.
will go next.
Take out more than half of them here.
7.
We're still
I'm
on
gonna
round 1,
spend-
aren't we? We are.
Mhm. Yep.
Wow.
I'm gonna spend 2 momentum. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 momentum. This is going to have. I'm just gonna roll from a different spell, but this is going to have the effects of piercing 1 and stun. And if they're supernatural, which I know they're not, it would also be vicious.
They are Germans.
All right, so let's see.
Supernatural.
Ruby says, hello,
Uh,
friends. I just saw that. Hello, friends.
Okay, so it's gonna be. It would be 8 damage, and it would be, and it's, remember, it's got piercing as well. Piercing 1. It's got 2
So-
effects. 8 damage.
11 of them. I'm
Almost
going to say it just
equivalent.
kind of starts going in a circle and it starts like they are flying off the edge of this airship. Ah, they're screaming. They're thudding into the steps that you're climbing up. They're falling down into more of these soldiers that are wearing blue, and also Atlantean soldiers that are raining down on them and getting caught in their fight down below.
And then
you've just taken out just over half.
And then it will move as Pavel will reach his hand out, just kind of like with his hand, kind of just start to move it, and I will move it on top of another very large clump of these, whichever is left.
Of course you are.
Don't worry, they don't take damage until it goes again.
Yeah.
Of course you are. Okay. Who's left?
Henri, Sergeant Morris, Lieutenant McKay.
All of
Yep.
you still get to go. My word.
Yeah.
So how many aren't in the cyclone?
I'm gonna roll again.
Well, there's only 9 left.
There's only 9 left. 7 of them are in the circle.
Oh, I mean, let's take out the 2 that aren't, and then go from
Let's.
there.
Why don't we let Ruby go and show us her skills?
Show us how it's done, Ruby.
Kill your friends.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Shed blood, Ruby.
So yeah, I'm gonna try out this new gun. See what happens.
Oh yeah.
Right? And I'm
So-
gonna
Optimum
Just
range
shoots
is
us.
close. Yeah.
Yep. So I'll have to move.
Atlantean silver gun.
She pivots and points it at Pavel.
No, no.
Been waiting for
9.
that. Once her friends miss their shots on her.
It's no, well, whatever. Fine. 2 successes. Look.
It's a hit.
Death.
That is a hit.
Nice, nice.
Oh yeah.
5 damage,
Oh,
2
yeah.
pierce, vicious.
So 7 damage.
7 damage.
All right, so you
Nice.
level
4
this
piercing.
strange contraption, this rifle. And its craftsmanship and its make is like far beyond anything that you have right now in the war, current day. And you level it and you fire it, and it lets out this loud blast, this blue muzzle flash, and you hit one of the Germans, and he just drops dead, bleeding out there on the ground.
Oh, Jonathan, you're gonna love this thing. Oh man. It's cool.
All my
right.
guys have gone, so it's the ball's in your court.
I mean, do you want to get this guy here and I'll just shoot somebody in the crowd? How do you feel, Henri?
Sure. He will lazily grab a baguette and from his sitting position just kind of throw it at the guy. Let's see what we can do here. He doesn't get any bonus stuff. Just a bonus dice. Damage dice. I'm going to spend a fortune because why not?
Fortune.
To just crit him on one dice, then I'll roll 2 more.
Nope.
That was not me.
I was rolling my cost for casting the cyclone.
Okay. Okay, so 5 successes. So I'll put in 1. And then I'll add. Oh no. Oh, he's probably. Oh, he doesn't have piercing because it's not sneak attack. You know what? Because I don't like this guy, I'm just going to re-roll those dice.
I like
Nice.
it.
Which one's the effect? Is that the Cthulhu symbol?
Yes.
All right, I don't need those. There we go. That looks better. All right, a lazy 10 damage baguette toss.
Just like lob it in the air. The one soldier looks up. He sees it
like a
slowly
lawn dart.
dropping on him.
What is that?
He holds his hands up and it just goes right through his forehead, or right out the other side.
Yeah, and then
The
it sinks
thud
into the ship
on
and makes
the,
noise.
Thud on the deck of the ship as he falls over dead. What is that? Slow motion.
Oh.
All right.
Is that
French?
I do love stabbing and punching things. So I gotta try. I agree, Ruby. I'm gonna try this out. Now I gotta ask. Just throwing it out there. It's Atlantean. It uses this weird ammo. We've never seen anything like it before, which maybe goes so far as to call this an exotic weapon.
Yes,
Nice.
it is exotic.
I love it.
That's the best trait in the game.
Yep.
It is exotic. I think it's labeled as exotic on the item. Ooh, still a hit.
Decent hit.
Yeah,
It kind of has it kicks in a funny way I'm not expecting.
yeah. All right. Yep, that's a hit.
Not my normal wheelhouse, but I like it. I'm gonna try it. Hey, pierce 2, vicious 2, so it ends up being what? 5 damage
5.
with 2 piercing?
That's enough. You drop your Noctwolf soldier that you're aiming at. A trooper.
I'm not gonna lie, Ruby, this is really cool. It is, but it's just, I can't say it's me. Like it just, I don't know.
Well, that's fair. I mean, I'm sure there'll be lots of additional time that we could practice using it. Well,
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're back at the top of the turn order then, yeah?
Who should go first?
The whole time this airship has been getting closer and is now nearly above. It's like just getting into the courtyard. It's cresting into the courtyard. You've got the big, massive portal. You see just how big this is now. You look, and on the other side is Greenland. You can see the camp that you came through, and there's a firefight going on. You can see, it looks like U.S. forces, they must have come from the U.S. Coast Guard ship that was in the area, are fighting Germans there. You can see your Danish friend who brought you here and his Inuit buddy. They're there fighting fiercely. You can see the coils and the generators right on the other side of this rainbow portal.
Feel kind of bad that we left him there.
Yeah. The Coast Guard was there to help him.
he was he was fine.
Apparently. Whirlwind, is that okay? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No.
So
No, it's not okay.
Roland will go and will.
Or we could just slowly kill them one by one.
I wasn't gonna do it until Jonathan said something. I'll tap into my power, my weird power, increase my, and I'm gonna go up to 9 dice.
Area of effect.
Oh,
9
boy.
damage. It is also piercing.
So you
And-
you guys killed the two that were outside of the radius, right?
Yeah,
Hell
we did.
yeah.
All right, the others get thrown over as the ship crests into the inside the radius of this the inner courtyard, sorry, of this temple that you're heading towards. So, You can see that there's still many of these soldiers in the blue armor. They're fighting their way in there. You can see the temple there. There's a great big arched door, and you look inside, and within it, you see a massive statue of Poseidon. You recognize Poseidon from all our academics here and our learned folks. You recognize Poseidon, massive statue of him, and you can see all the pieces of the Paladin in there in one place. What do you have with you? You have the cup and the compass?
The cup of Yemen.
The cup is shaking violently right now on your being, in your pack or wherever it is.
My ashtrays.
And the compass is just going wild. What do you want to do? So you got this battle going on, raging. You hear another loud, and you look off to the north, and you see this massive worm-like creature. Probably, if you were to put it in perspective with your timeline that you're now, as long as the Empire State Building is high and just as wide, this massive worm snake-like creature, doesn't have any eyes or anything, just a giant mouth on the front, comes up out of the ground, lets out this screech. Another tremor is let out on Atlantis, and it just brings itself crashing into the city and thrashing side to side, destroying houses and killing people. It's not taking any sides. It's killing Atlantean soldiers. It's killing the Pol Marca soldiers, and is just ravaging Atlantis. You're here. You've got the portal. You see the Paladin. You see this fight. You see this giant creature destroying Atlantis. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Question, Matt. Remind
Yes.
me, what are we trying to do here?
You don't know. You were sucked in. You're just trying to get back home.
Okay.
Yeah. There was no clear... Your whole mission was to get to Greenland and find out what the Germans were doing up there. And you got sucked into this portal while you were doing that.
I mean,
So,
look, whatever was going to
obviously-
happen was going to happen.
Obviously, we need to get back home and shut this portal down from either side, whatever it takes. If the Nazis are stuck over here, well, that's just too damn bad for them. But we can't let them go back and forth.
Why don't we fly this airship right through that portal? And then that way we can take everybody on the other side by surprise, and we could it would be great. We would totally win. Totally.
But how do we shut the portal down? Pavel, this is your thing. You're the Atlantean scholar.
Is there anything I might be able to roll, Matt? I know we've seen now. Yeah.
Yeah, make me an reason. Let's do observation. I was gonna say engineering. Do you have anything in engineering? No.
Engineering.
No.
Henri does.
No. Oh, please.
Well, Henri,
How
you
to-
could roll
How
engineering.
to engineer baguettes.
It would be mechanical engineering specifically. You can make one success for that. Otherwise, it'd be observation, two successes, and it'd be instincts.
What is it? Engineering? Reason?
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck, I guess.
I've got that.
Henri will throw his baguette
Multiple
at
people
the
can
portal.
roll also. Yeah, I guess you got focuses or whatchamacallit? Fortune, thank you. There you go.
No.
Oh, you throw your baguette through the portal. Oh.
Reason, observation.
Yes.
Someone dies on the other side as it comes down.
See, reason's not really Pavel's thing. He's more of a gut guy, you know? He kind of goes by his gut.
Well, you can just burn fortune.
You
if
can burn a fortune,
still
just
have a
make
bunch.
it. Sure, I'll burn it.
All right,
Got
you
one
burn the fortune.
success.
You're looking at the Paladin. You're looking at what's going on below you. This fight. You're trying to tie it all together, and you look through the portal, and it's it's those damn generators. It's how we got here. We just got to stop the power over there, and stop feeding it blood, and that should do it.
So we fly the airship into
You
the
can
generator.
fly the airship through. You can take out the generators as you come
Yes.
through. Is that
They
the
all
plan?
Go down with the ship.
Yes.
All right, this golden eagle airship all of a sudden starts going into the rainbow portal. The front half disappears as it hits the portal. You appear on the other side. You can hear gunshots as you do. You hear people screaming and pointing at this airship as you come through. They don't know what to do. They're starting to fire at your airship, and you crash into those generators. Explosions are going off. You can hear everybody, the Americans, the Germans, they don't know what to make of this. Neither side has any idea what is going on right now.
We all jump off the airship and we just walk, and the explosion happens behind us, and we have that hero walk.
Yeah. Yes. So there's like a silence, a ceasefire, as everybody's just kind of awestruck. And this, you jump off the airship, and it just kind of crashes into the ice and slides forward through the camp. If you remember the configuration of the camp, it's just basically barbed wire, machine gun nests, and tents. So it just kind of plows into the tents as it scrapes across the ice and eventually comes to a halt. The Germans like raise their hands. You know, the Americans realize that you're with them. And the portal just closes up behind you. You don't know the fate of Atlantis. You don't know the fate of the Paladine. You have a pretty good idea where the pieces end up over time and where your little friend Serling Llama eventually ends up. But you have successfully made it back. You heard one last screech of this creature as you made it through, and the portal was looking down on Atlantis, and you could see just crashing and thrashing and destroying everything in its path. But you guys are back. You're back at present day.
Sergeant Morris, I have to say, I apologize for taking that kill away from you. I know you had your heart set on that worm, but I felt we had to finish our mission first.
Let's be honest. We crashed an airship into these crazy portal generating generators. I call it a wash. We'll find another worm.
It's a good day to be an American. Hoorah.
Every day's a good day. I love it. Oh my God, we killed so many people. I mean,
well, let's be fair. Pavel killed so many people.
Okay, yeah, Pavel.
Pavel is
You
face
are the
down
man.
on the earth. He's face down on the ground. Thank you. Just utterly exhausted.
Should just give him a piggyback ride at this point.
Yeah.
Like
Get on my
Pavel
back.
doing a piggyback and then Gregor up on your shoulder while you're the turducken of hope.
Oh, yes.
So,
I think at this point I've even started to believe in France.
Viva la France! He just has baguettes, throwing them out crazy, handing them to people.
Time
Viva
travel,
la
he did leave a
France.
baguette in the past, so maybe.
A couple in
Wow.
people's heads.
Oh my God, did we create France?
I think we just created France.
I am the
What have we
creator of
done?
France!
The baguettes
No!
get archaeologically tied back to this event.
Henri, the greatest hero of the nation of France.
All of a sudden, like a statue boop, pops up to you in the middle of Paris. The Eiffel Tower is replaced
It's
with a
not
giant
Americans.
statue of Henri.
It's not Americans. It's all French and they have berets on.
Yeah.
It's not Americans.
Just a giant erected baguette instead of the Eiffel Tower.
Whoa!
Oh boy! All right.
I would just like to say I'm sorry to everybody who is from France. We are not hating on you. It is just a story.
Indeed. All right. So you guys round up the German soldiers. They're taken as prisoners of war. You are shuttled back to England. This site in Greenland is under heavy security. They basically erect a warehouse around this whole site to study it. They bring back all of the objects and weapons and airship and everything else you brought back with you. Can't remember, did you bring the armor? You brought a piece of that armor also?
Yeah, we bring stuff back to research, even if we're not using it.
When you return the Cup of Yimos, you notice that there are some blue veins that are now running through it after being exposed to whatever corruption was there during your time there. But you're back in England. You were thoroughly debriefed about your experiences in Atlantis, the gate, and everything that you experienced there. You guys are tasked, or you guys are basically put together as a special task force as the war rages on to deal with the Nachtwolf and any sort of experiments or rumors or anything that they believe is tied to Atlantis and what the Germans were working on. You guys continue on the war effort as the years go on. Sometimes you are split up, sometimes you're brought back together to go on certain missions, but you are now special agents of Section M going forward for the length of this war. You're not high enough level to know what exactly happened or happens to the objects you brought back, but you do see strange, wonderful weapons and vehicles and things developed over the course of the war that you go, seem just a little familiar to your time in Atlantis and the objects you brought back. You also hear rumor that the portal was eventually reopened and that it was a great mistake, and possibly this giant worm creature could have found its way through and is tunneling its way through the earth as we speak. But that is also above your clearance, and you don't know. You don't know. You also know there's a blind lion creature flying around this earth that you've unleashed on it as well, somewhere, and other atrocities that you set upon the world in this adventure to gather the pieces of Paladine and eventually go to Atlantis.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made, but you're big damn heroes.
Hoorah!
And that will conclude the Shadows of Atlantis campaign for Achtung Cthulhu. So thank you everybody for joining us for that. Thank you to the players for playing through that.
Big fun.
That's our longest running campaign we've done with this group. So we're gonna go to little short bursts of games now going forward. So Aaron was originally gonna run us through some Conan. That's gonna be delayed just slightly. So in the meantime, we're gonna do some Fantasy Flight Star Wars for a few weeks. That'll start next week. So we're gonna have some fun with that. We're gonna set it in the Mandalorian era. So it's gonna be post Return of the Jedi, and we're gonna have some fun. If you thought these characters were questionable, wait till you meet their band of characters for Star Wars next week, Thursday.
Whoa, we haven't done anything bad yet.
Yet.
Hey, good
But
guy.
yeah, that'll start next week. We're going to do Star Wars for, what is it, Aaron? Like 4 to 6 weeks, you think?
Yeah, probably 4 to 6 weeks sounds about right.
Okay. Very good. All right, well, that's it. We're going to do the round table. We're wrapping up here early, but we'll call it a night. Jeff, what's going on the Lollygaggers?
Yeah, tomorrow night we are playing Blade Runner. We are back to our short campaign of that. Saturday we're doing more of our One Ring second edition campaign, and Monday you should be back to Call of Cthulhu, Horror on the Orient Express, which both Matt and Jeremy are a part of. And then on Tuesday we have Forbidden Lands, one by our good pal Steven, who is in the chat, bickering and also complimenting you, but bickering mostly.
Yes, very good. Megan, did we do any games? We didn't do any games because it was Easter. Have you played any games?
I have not.
Yeah, I have not. You have spoken. Very good. Aaron, what's going on with Garbleg in the next coming days?
Let's see. Next week on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Millie will be back running some more Coriolis. On Wednesday at the same time, after 2 weeks of technical difficulties, we should be back with Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition, our campaign on the Sea of Claws with our junior pirate crew. Then Thursday, Ben is either going to be running some more Fallout, or he may be starting Dune.
Ooh.
The season 3 of Dune, House Dargouche, which would be fantastic.
There have been a lot of people asking for more Dune.
It's a lot of fun. It's a very, very fun game.
It's quite popular.
You know me, I'm a big fan of Modiphius' stuff, so yeah, good times.
We're going back to it after Star Wars.
Yep. Be getting back to some Conan.
All right. And Jeremy, tell me about this. Patreon.
Yeah, Aaron Reese on Patreon. You've got comics, maps, tokens, other fun assets. Check it out.
Very cool. I'll drop the link here in the chat if it will allow me to. And Evan, what do you got going on?
Viva la France.
Viva la France. All right. Very good. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us for this journey of completing the Shadows of Atlantis campaign. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of dig sites, a lot of knocked wolf, and a lot of punching. But it was a good time. I'm sure we'll see Achtung Cthulhu again in the future. But in the meantime, I'm looking forward to going to space next week. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you in the stars.